Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 1313 podcast. This is Jackson. No. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 1313 podcast, the most mediocre podcast in the Star Wars universe. I'm Jackson, and today I'm going to be reviewing the 187th Clone Trooper helmet that just dropped on May the 4th on Disney's website. Now, before we start with the review today, please make sure that you are subscribing to our YouTube channel. Check us out on Instagram and X. We also live stream on Twitch sometimes. And then if you want to chat to awesome Star Wars people, join our Discord. We have a merch if you want to buy that. And we have Patreon and channel memberships if you want to help financially support our YouTube channel. But without further ado, let's get right into this review. Now, this, as you have seen before, is the 187th Division. Now, this was not technically canonized until the Bad Batch Season 3, when a trooper with similar paint markings appeared in Rex's camp. So, now it technically is a canon trooper. It was originally based off the comic designs, and if you know from watching the Clone Wars as well, Mace Windu's battalion with Commander Pons is brown instead of purple, but I guess it's going to stick for now. LEGO did do a set using this color palette, and so now I think it's going to slowly just make its way into more products. But this helmet is different from all the other clone helmets we've had before, because this isn't made by Hasbro. It's made by Jazzwares. So that was kind of out of left field. We weren't really expecting that at all. Jazzwares just developed a Revan helmet, and now I guess this is their second addition to that set. But without further ado, let's kind of check out some of the features. So if you've seen, and I'll bring it a little bit closer to the camera for y'all, this, in my opinion, compared to the Hasbro helmets, is very, very more focused on looking like a helmet from Revenge of the Sith. It's a much slimmer design, and I know some of you see the seam on here, and we'll get to that in just a second, but I feel like proportionally, it is a lot smaller than the Hasbro helmet. I'll bring it up in just a second to show you the comparisons, but let me show you some of the features. So on the right section here on the ear cap, if you press down on the button, and I really hope this shows up on camera, but it does do some voice lines. So, nope. Before the voice lines, there is a switch in the helmet to turn on its various features. So it's at the very top of the dome here, and when you do that, here's some of the voice lines it'll play. Oh, here's the speaker.
We're completely exposed! Go, go, go! The mission always comes first, sir. I've got a bad feeling about this. We've got to stop him! Look out! He laser clickers!
So yeah, those are the selection of voice options that it has on the helmet. All of those are taken from the Clone Wars. And it also has a voice modifying feature. I'm going to put it on, and you're probably not going to hear it well, just because it isn't really the greatest in my opinion, but check this out. So this is what it's through the helmet, a lot better than the voice changer, but it does have to comply with regulations for sound and whatnot, so I can understand why it isn't the greatest, but it's a little bit lackluster compared to other helmets that we have had. Now, in terms of comfort, this helmet, like the Hasbro ones, are glasses compatible, and this one is a bit more comfortable too than what the Hasbro ones have to offer. Now, we don't have it in our helmet here, but it does come with a variety of pads to put in different places, and instead of this T-visor being a full T on the inside, you can only see out of this front T portion here. And if you've worn Clone Trooper helmets like I have before for the 501st, you know that when you're wearing the helmet, it really smushes your nose up against the visor. They thought about that because there is a little nose pad on the inside of here that protects your nose from going like this against the helmet interface the entire time, which was a very, very smart idea on Jazzwares' part. But I'm going to put this down for just a second to show you also what it can do. So my head is small enough that I can throw this on and off, pretty easily. I don't have a lot of resistance, but for people who might have a little bit of bigger head, comes with a little bit of leeway here. So the back section of the helmet here pulls out, and it's an elastic strap on the inside actually, and it goes right back in so that you can put your helmet, well, your head in here, I should say, without bumping it around too much. Now, unfortunately, I don't have anybody with me that could really demonstrate the more usefulness of this, so I'll leave that up to the other people that are going to be reviewing this product. However, yeah, you could pull it out like this and put it on, and ta-da! But I don't need that feature. So I am curious, though, if this is actually going to work well for people who are not able to put on most other helmet types. Now, to do a quick comparison, here is the Jazzwares 187th helmet, and on my other side is the Hasbro 332nd Division Trooper helmet. Now, size right off the bat is a very huge comparison between the two. This is scaled down much more than what this is. Side profile as well, this model here for the 187th is a bit smushed in more than what the 332nd is, but the 187th model, in my opinion, is also very much supposed to mock a Revenge of the Sith realistic style helmet, where this is still that comfortable combination of the Clone Wars and a live action too, just because it's meant to be like a toy, you know? But both do have weathering marks on the side, which is a nice detail that it's painted on. But yeah, that's what they look like compared to each other. I mean, in terms of comfort, I'm almost going to lean towards this one a lot more than the Hasbro. And I am a huge fan of the Hasbro helmets that they have, but if I'm wearing a helmet more frequently for the work that we do for the podcast, I want it to look more realistic rather than almost like this is meant to look almost like a knockoff, in my opinion. But I'll take this off the table for right now. Boop. There it goes. But yeah, so this is honestly my honest review of the 187th helmet. If I had to really give it an overall rating, I would say it's a very, very good clone helmet model for what it is. And it's also significantly cheaper. This is only $100 compared to the Hasbro model, which can be about $120 plus sometimes, depending on the market that you're looking at and if it's still in stock too. But it's cheaper, it's a lot better as well, and it has the potential for those who are in the 501st of being modded to be an approvable helmet. Now, the details that you are going to have to suffer with is that if your character has tube stripe markings here, if they are supposed to be recessed, obviously there's the line right here, but I'm pretty sure you could cover that up easily. And then on the top mohawk part, the tips here kind of go down a little bit more rather than being a flatter edge. And that might be another detail that you have to hide, but repainting this shouldn't be a huge deal. I've repainted the Hasbro one, and you literally just need to briefly sand the surface, throw some paint on it. It sticks really well, so it's perfect for that too. So if you want this just to throw in your collection, wear around, or even use as cannon fodder to mess around with your own projects and such, definitely get this helmet. I'm honestly a huge fan of it, so I am going to recommend it. Thank you so much for watching this review, everybody. I hope you really enjoyed it and it maybe convinced you to pick up this helmet for yourself or have you tell some people about it. But if you want to see more reviews like this, please stay tuned to the channel. If we do have a review that is coming, that will be uploaded at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then all of our new podcast episodes are up on Fridays at 7 a.m. as well. Subscribe if you want to. Thank you so much, everybody, again for watching, and we'll see you in the next podcast video.